Hi everyone, you're watching Tamit Saleh's Tennis Forum, and in this video it is all about the rankings. So I will be looking at the live ATP rankings. I'll be looking at how the ranking points would look if only 2020 points were counted, which is a lot of what a lot of people are saying should be for the year-end number one. Novak Djokovic playing Vienna to secure that year-end number one. We're going to be looking at that. Who is still in with the running for the World Tour Finals for the end of the year, and just general questions. I've been getting a lot of questions from you guys about why the ranking is why it is, so we're going to recap on the whole COVID-19 ranking system. Before I begin, I would just like to thank my two Patreons who are Gold Wolf and Mohammed Kali. So thank you very much for supporting the channel, really do appreciate it. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe. We are edging towards the 2,800 subscriber mark. It's been a phenomenal last month or so where the channel's really blown up. So I've set myself a target of trying to get to 3,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So let's see if we can hit that. And for this video, let's try and hit 150 thumbs up. But without further ado, we're going to dive straight into the rankings. So we're going to quickly run through the top 8. Novak Djokovic, world number 1 on 11,740 points. Rafa Nadal on 9,850. They're the only two who can still mathematically end the year as world number 1. So we're going to be focusing on those guys in a little bit. Dominic Thiem is third on 9,125. Roger Federer remains fourth on 6,630, and a lot of you guys have been asking questions as to why is he still fourth. He hasn't played for pretty much the whole year because of the injury, but we're going to answer those questions in a little bit. Stefanos Tsitsipas in 5th place, Daniil Medvedev in 6th, Sasha Zverev in 7th, and Andrei Rublev in 8th place. He's had a really good 2020. He's won 4 titles. Not one of the Masters 1000 or the Grand Slams, however, a really good year for Rublev, and it would be really good to see him at the World Tour Finals. But yeah, let's focus on our top two, Rafa Nadal and Novak Djokovic. So to answer some of your questions, as you know, because of COVID-19, instead of the standard 52-week period that the ranking system is based off of, it has been elongated to include 2019 results as well as 2020. So from March 2019 to 2020. Now I'm seeing a lot of people saying that it's been extended to March 2021, which for me would make sense because it started in March, so you have the full 2 years. But I've not come across anything concrete or any proof. So by all means, if you do come across some solid evidence, then please do let me know. But a lot of people are saying that, and I wouldn't be surprised if this corona ranking goes on until March 2021, and I think it'd be pretty good news for Novak Djokovic in that sense. But yeah, so how the ranking system currently works is that no player drops any points from March 2019 on any tournaments that they've played. So for instance, Rafa Nadal, he won the French Open in 2019. So had he not even played in the 2020 French Open, he wouldn't have lost any points. So he played the French Open not for any ranking points, but obviously for the title. If you lose earlier than what you did in the previous year, then you keep the previous year's points. But if you go further in the tournament than you did in the previous year, you get the new points. So for instance, Novak Djokovic last year lost in Cincinnati in the semi-final. He won it this year. So they used the best result. So if you played the same tournament twice in 2019 and 2020, your best result will count. I really hope that makes sense. But if you have any more questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section. I'll try to answer. There's also a lot of knowledgeable tennis fans on this channel, and I'm sure they'll try and answer to their best of capabilities. But yeah, to summarize, it's from March 2019 to 2020 at least, maybe March 2021. It's your best result in a certain tournament, and that is the reason why Novak Djokovic has skipped Paris this year and is playing Vienna instead. So he won Paris last year. So had he played Paris this year, there was nothing to gain or defend for him. So his 1,000 points from last year is safe and secure. So instead, he is playing Vienna now to try and add 500 more points with a victory in there. And to be honest, the Vienna lineup is looking pretty strong. But yeah, Rafa Nadal, after the French Open, he didn't confirm if he's going to play anymore this year. He said, he might not come back fresh next year. But I've also read some reports, nothing confirmed again, that he is going to play Paris, and I reckon he will play Paris and the World Tour Finals. I don't think he will play them with any sort of hope for the year-end #1, but those are two titles he's never won. And generally, when we come to this time of the year, he's had a long season. Rafa's game style is quite tough, physically tough on his body, physically taxing. So, but this year he's not played a lot of tennis. He's in brilliant form, and I think he's going to try and win the Paris Masters or the World Tour Final. I think this could probably be one of his best opportunities. He's fresh, he's playing great, and it's all about, can he convert that clay form into the indoor hard courts? We shall see. But yeah, Rafa Nadal is on 9,850. So remember when I said that players don't lose any points? The only points players drop will be any points they gained in the World Tour Finals last year. So that's quite important. Rafa Nadal had 2 round robin victories last year, so he will lose 400. Novak Djokovic had 1 round robin, so he will lose 200 points. So Rafa Nadal, he might be on 9,850, but we're going to take those 400 away from the World Tour Finals last year. So he's on 9,450. Novak Djokovic, we're going to take 200 points away, which would put him on 11,540. Now Rafa Nadal, he did play Paris last year, and he went to the semi-finals. So if he were to win this year, he doesn't gain an extra 1,000. He would gain another 640 because he won 360 points from last year's semi-final. Bearing in mind, he can't lose those points. So a win in Paris gains him an extra 640 points, and then a flawless performance at the World Tour Finals would give him 1,500 points. If you add those points together, the maximum number of points Rafa Nadal can end the season on is 11,590. Now Novak Djokovic already, if we take the 200 away from World Tour Finals last year, he's on 11,540, which means he only needs 60 points from here to the end of the season to confirm the year #1. Now, I think, that's probably a 99.5% chance. But for me, the reason why Novak is playing Vienna, yes, he can secure the World Tour, the year #1, but those 500 will last, the whole of next year as well, pretty much. So it would really help in his case to overtake Roger Federer's 310 weeks as world #1. To confirm the year #1, Novak Djokovic simply needs to reach the quarterfinals of Vienna, which is only 2 wins because the quarterfinals is the 3rd round, or he just needs 1 round robin victory in the World Tour Finals. That I think it will be secured in Vienna next week. I think Novak Djokovic, he's gonna reach the quarterfinal. It is a strong lineup. However, there's a 32-man field and there's only 8 seeds, so he cannot face any of the other top 8 players until the quarterfinals. So I do see Novak Djokovic securing the year #1 next week in Vienna. If he doesn't, which would be a massive surprise, then I'm sure he will do it in London. Before I move on to just 2020 points, there is a race for London, and 7 of the top 10 players are going to be playing in Vienna, which includes defending champion Dominic Thiem. No surprise, he is Austrian. It's a home tournament for him. Stefanos Tsitsipas, Daniil Medvedev, Diego Schwartzman, Berrettini, Rublev, Monfils, and I think these are the players who are still battling for that last spot. Now remember, it's probably going to be whoever finishes in the top 9 this year, because Roger Federer won't play, and then if Rafa doesn't play as well or someone else drops out, then even the 10th spot could confirm it. Now the top 7 are safe up to Sasha Zverev. Then you've got Rublev, who I reckon is pretty safe right about now, and then there's Schwartzman, Berrettini, and Monfils, who are really battling for that last spot. So they'll be quite interesting. It could go either way, whoever performs better. Right now my money would be on Schwartzman, but once again, he's had a great clay season, if you can call it a season, 2 tournaments, but yeah, let's see how that one goes. Now the interesting thing here is the 2020 points. I've been reading a lot of comments saying that the year end #1 should only be 2020 points, they shouldn't include 2019 points and all of that. So what I thought would be interesting is how many points has each player accumulated in 2020, and it's actually quite an interesting read. So Novak Djokovic in 2020 alone has played 7 tournaments, which includes the ATP Cup. So this is going to be for Novak Djokovic, Rafa Nadal, and Dominic Thiem, and I'm going to include the ATP Cup on tournaments played. Even though it's kind of a team tournament, they do get singles ranking points from it, so I'm going to include it. So he's played 7 tournaments. He's gone 4 singles titles and also an ATP Cup, so 5 titles this year. And his win-loss record for the year is 37-2. Going through his tournaments quickly. ATP Cup he won with Team Serbia, 665 points. The Australian Open he won, 2,000 points. Dubai he won, 500 points. Cincinnati he won, 1,000 points. The first tournament of the year that he did not win was the US Open. We all know about that, no need to go on about it, which was a round 4. However, all his points were deducted. Now, they didn't deduct the 2019 points. However, if you're going by just 2020 points, he lost all his points, so 0 points. Rome, he won 1,000 points, and Roland Garros, he was runner-up, 1,200 points, altogether accumulating 6,365 points for Novak. Rafa Nadal in 2020 has played in 5 tournaments. He's won 2 titles, and the year record for him is 22 wins and 4 losses. ATP Cup runner-up, 250 points. Australian Open quarterfinal, 360. Acapulco, he won, 500 points. Rome quarterfinals, 180 points. Roland Garros, win, 2,000 points. Altogether, 3,290 points. Now, Rafa Nadal is second on the rankings. However, Dominic Thiem has actually amassed more points than Rafa in 2020. So Dominic Thiem has played 6 tournaments this year, 1 extra, 1 more than Rafa. He's won 1 title, and his year record is 20 wins, 6 losses. ATP Cup round robin, 65 points. Australian Open runner-up, 1,200 points. Rio quarterfinal, 90 points. Cincinnati round 2, bearing in mind they get a bye in round 1, so yeah, 10 points. US Open win, 2,000 points. Roland Garros quarterfinals, 360, adding up to 3,725 points for Dominic Thiem, which is around 435 points more than Rafa with an extra tournament played. So if you look at these, Novak Djokovic is, by far he's won the most points in 2020, 6,365 points for Novak. So if the year-end race was going by just 2020 points, then Novak already has it secured. However, it's not, from my understanding. It's going to be how the current ranking system is being done, and even then I still reckon Novak Djokovic has secured it. So that is the rankings update, the year-end situation explained. If you're going for just 2020 points, I hope you got your answer in this video. Some numbers for you. I really hope you enjoyed it. But yeah, I'm not even going to, because normally this is when I ask something like, who do you think is going to end the year as well, #1, but unless some sort of mini miracle happens, or if Novak gets injured or something like that, even if Novak doesn't play anymore, Rafa winning both Paris and the World Tour Finals, it's not impossible, but seems to be a tough ask for Rafa, and he might not even play. So that might be the question today. Do you think Rafa Nadal will play Paris and the World Tour Finals? Do let me know. Once again, before I wrap this video up, thank you so much for all the support. Once again, to the 2 Patreons, Gold Wolf and Mohammed Kali. Your support will hopefully get the channel to grow, and I hope you continue to enjoy the content. If you haven't already, then please do subscribe. I really do want to reach 3,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and leave a thumbs up. Thank you very much.